So now here are the 5 practices with which you can write your way to your next awakening. Hi there, I'm Anne-Katrin, and I'm occasionally awake. I'm here to help you inspire your awakenings, heal yourself, and reawaken your life. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Did you know that writing can not only be a mental emotional release, but also a spiritual portal? The writing practices that I share with you in this video have not only helped me pave the way for many of my awakenings, but have also brought so much clarity, healing, and magic into my life. From receiving letters from the universe to tracking manifestation glitches, I'm going to share exactly how these practices work and how they've guided my growth. You know, my journey into spirituality hasn't been linear. It's been a gradual unfolding. With occasional setbacks, just as with occasional awakenings, it all fits into the journey of personal growth. Every single writing practice or every single time that you sit down to practice might be the time where you receive an awakening experience, where you have an insight, an epiphany, a knowledge awakening you've never had before that gets you to a whole new level of understanding, of self-compassion, of self-love, that gets you to a greater level of embodiment, which is also part of the awakening process, coming back to ourselves in body, in mind, in spirit, on all levels. Some of these practices have enhanced high-frequency states I was already in at the time of writing, and other practices have helped me get out of rock bottom seasons in my life. And obviously both is so valuable. So we could say that there simply is the right writing practice for every season of your life. For me personally, writing has been such an important tool for clarity, a tool for connecting to my guides, to my higher self, a tool for keeping my focus on what I want to be creating in my life. A tool for reflecting on what's already working and what's not. I've never done all of these practices at the same time in my life, okay? So what I'm doing here is I'm gathering different practices that I have used over the past years, basically over the past decade actually. So my hope is that you walk away with 1 or 2 practices that resonate with your path, whether you're beginning or deepening your spiritual journey. So now here are the 5 practices with which you can write your way to your next awakening. Practice number 1, automatic writing or letters from the universe. This is essentially about writing in a flow state where messages feel like they're coming from your higher self, from your spirit guides, from the universe, from source, whatever label you resonate with personally. How you do it? You grab a notebook or a sheet of paper, you set an intention or ask a specific question, and then you simply start writing without overthinking, without censoring yourself. I also thought about sharing one of the pages that I wrote with you. So I've decided just now that I'm going to have another video where I talk more about this specific practice in detail, where I'm going to share some of the actual downloads that I received during this practice. So if you're interested in that, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss that video when it comes up. I learned both the term letters from the universe and the prompt that I'm using from Mia Magic. And the prompt is, Dear Universe, I call upon you to write to me and through me anything I'm meant to receive right now. That's the prompt. I usually write it down on the page and then I simply continue writing whatever comes up. Practice number 2, morning pages. The practice of morning pages goes back to the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Morning pages is a free writing practice that you are supposed to do first thing in the morning, 3 pages of longhand writing, unfiltered, uncensored, simply stream of consciousness. You just write down whatever comes to mind, and that could actually be writing, I don't know what to write right now. And yes, I too have written that several times, but most of the time, amazing things have come up. And I was able to process my thoughts in a whole new way. And it's a beautiful practice to do first thing in the morning. You do you. There were certain days where I could not make it first thing in the morning. And then sometimes I did it at lunch just to follow through on making it a daily habit, which I did for the duration of the course, but I guess never extended beyond the course because it definitely was a time commitment to really commit to 3 total pages. And I think I actually limited it to 2 pages one time of going through the Artist's Way program, which is fine, just adapt it. Do whatever you need to do to actually stick to the practice. Modify the practice in a way that works for you. that basically goes for any practice, like all of the time. Because the most important thing is that you do it, that you do something, that you take the best parts of it to have it benefit you and your life in a beautiful way. It helps clear mental clutter because it's so helpful to just get it all down onto the page, no matter what. Not only might this practice clear your mental clutter, it might also bring to the surface unexpected patterns or desires or wishes or fears that were at the back of your mind. You're not really tapped into them, but still you're somehow dragging them through your entire day. And also for a mental emotional hygiene, it is so helpful to do morning pages and just write it down. This is what I'm scared of. This is what I've been thinking for a while now, that I've been telling not a single person because I'm too scared to admit this truth to myself. And this is actually what happened to me. I guess the first time that I went through this program, the morning pages started to reveal a truth that I had not been willing to admit to myself out loud, which was that I had outgrown a relationship that I was in. And that was a painful process. So morning pages can definitely be a powerful tool of transformation. When you've been settling into your comfort zone, morning pages might be a tool to get you out. So I guess you could say that both this practice as well as the first one, they do take a certain level of courage. It takes courage to be honest with yourself. And I guess most of us have had seasons of our lives where we could not be fully honest because we were afraid of the consequences of actually stating a truth that we could feel in our bones, even though it might not have made sense to our logical minds. Being like, but this is the way life is. This is what it's like. This is how we like it. This is what's comfortable. This is what's ticking the boxes of success according to society or culture, when it might not actually be your own personal truth. You know, we can ignore our thoughts when we don't want to deal with them. But once we are actually writing it down and reading it, while we are writing it, we are bringing our thoughts into form. Even the ones we'd rather not think or look at. But once it's written down, you gotta deal with it. You can't ignore it any longer. And that's the beautiful power of morning pages. So be brave and try it out. You got nothing to lose and everything to find. Yourself. Practice number 3, capturing spontaneous ideas. This might sound like the most obvious practice. And why would we even consider it a spiritual practice? Well, here's my personal experience. I started receiving downloads in 2017, 2018. But to me, they were just weird thoughts that didn't have anything to do with my everyday life, that didn't make sense. They'd come up when I tried to focus on something else, often something that I was not that intrigued to focus on. You know, that was during my studies, doing my master's degree. And sometimes I try to focus on writing my thesis, and at the same time, these other thoughts would disrupt my stream of consciousness and would just kind of be in the way, and I didn't really know what to make of it for a while. On a very fateful, important day in my life, I took my first notebook and simply started writing them down. Oh, I have that notebook here. Do you want to see it? Oh, look at this. Look at this. This makes me emotional just thinking about how old this is now. So why does it matter to write down the ideas, the creative impulses you receive, ideally on a daily basis? Because it honors your soul's whispers. Once you write them down, you'll receive more of them because you are tuning in to your higher self. You are tuning in to a greater sense of truth and clarity. And by that, you are opening the vessel to receive more clarity, to receive more insights, to receive more guidance for your path, for your growth. Practice number 4, gratitude journaling. Gratitude is such an important practice. It shifts your focus and it trains your focus. It trains your mind to focus on more positive things. And gratitude is not about the big stuff. It's not about winning the lottery. It's not about having the perfect day. It can be about the small things. The cup of tea on the couch, the walk in nature, the sunshine on your skin, a beautiful conversation with a friend. It's the small things that reconnect us to the nature of our soul. Gratitude is a vibrational amplifier. It helps you tune into what's already working and helps you create and manifest more of what's working, more of what brings you joy and alignment. Here's a bonus tip for gratitude journaling if you're also into manifestation. So I modified my gratitude journaling practice in a very specific way, and I call that practice 3+1. Here's what you do. You write out 3 things you're grateful for that already happened, and then you add a +1. You add a thing that did not happen yet that you want to manifest into your experience. What that does is it amplifies your manifestation process, because at the time of writing down the +1, you are already in a grateful frequency, knowing that it's done because you wrote down the 3 things that already happened before. This is a very powerful practice. And yeah, just try it out and then please let me know about your experience with this. Practice number 5, manifestation glitches. You know, this is more of an advanced practice if you're already familiar with manifestation principles. So in this video, I'm just going to break this down real quick, okay? One of the basic principles of manifestation is that you gotta know and feel and experience it to be done for it to appear done in your 3D reality. You gotta feel that it's already there before you actually see that it's already there with your eyes. And once we start to practice conscious manifestation for a specific desire, for a specific state of being that we want to experience, we are going to experience glitches in the matrix of our 3D experience before the thing, before the state of being actually shows up. For example, if you're in the process of manifesting money, you might find a penny on the street first. That's obviously not the sum that you want to manifest, but it is a glitch that shows you that something's coming in. So you take the penny, you be grateful for the penny, and you know, because you received the penny, that more is about to reveal itself. So back to the writing practice. Tracking the glitches can help you know that it is done. It's already here and you're starting to see it in the 3D. You're still here. Thanks so much for watching. So these were my 5 writing practices that have helped me transform my life and continue to help me transform my life. And now I'd love to hear from you which of these practices you resonate with most, which one you want to try out, which one you've already been doing. And I'd also like to hear about your results and what they've done for you. So please let me know about that in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. This video is related to the awakening to the conscious self. If you want more insights on the 4 types of awakenings and how to experience them in your life occasionally, then visit me at occasionallyawake.com to inspire your awakenings. Bye.